How to Manifest by Lord Chung. Day 5, Sadhana, a spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is not just sitting and meditation. Practice is looking, thinking, touching, drinking, eating, and talking. Every act, every breath, and every step can be practiced and can help us to become more ourselves. Many ancient cultures and spiritual philosophies have some type of practice that could be called prayer. Many also incorporate meditation as a spiritual practice, even if it isn't called that. To me, prayer and meditation are times when I get centered and grounded within myself and with my higher power. Again, use whatever terms you want for these practices. You can call it a mindfulness practice, intention setting, stillness, or contemplation. Your higher power might be the universe, goddess, Mother Earth, nature, or the Force as in Star Wars. Daily devotion is a time when you set an intention to quiet your mind and to notice and be aware of your inner world and the energy around you. This is a time when you can tap into the higher realms of your higher self, accessing your intuition to help guide you. This kind of stillness is something that the ego will take as a major challenge. The first step is getting past its intervention. After all, the psychological definition of ego is the identity of the individual self. In Freudian and Jungian psychology, the ego is defined as the center of your awareness and the framework of your individual being. When you have beliefs or ideas about yourself, that is your ego. You've probably heard someone say, "Well, they really have a big ego," when that person boasts about themselves. This is not the ego that I will be referring to. I'm referring to the spiritual ego, which is the part of us that feels separated from our spiritual consciousness. It is the veil that separates us from our universal consciousness. It is our perception of being separate from one another, the universe, source, and all things. Most spiritual philosophies point to our attachment to our egos as cause of human suffering. And that may be a partial truth, but the ego is not a bad thing in and of itself. It is quite necessary for our human experience. Spiritual practices and tools just help us to balance our ego with our spiritual essence, with the ultimate goal of integrating the two. Connecting to our higher self and this higher power helps us remember our intention and vision. It puts us in the right space to let go of what is not in alignment with our vision and embrace who we need to be in order to manifest it. Take the time to get to this place, or if you have never tried it, give yourself some grace and take a shot at it. Listen and allow your heart and mind to open and allow what it is that needs to be birthed through your own consciousness. Create mindful rituals for your manifestation. For example, you could try setting a meditation schedule, drinking some cocoa or tea before each intention setting practice, or pulling some tarot cards for guidance before you settle in. You might have heard of the 5D or the fifth dimension by now, particularly if you're up on the spiritual zeitgeist. Other terms for the 5D are the unified field, unity consciousness, or the one life force energy, which connects us all to infinite possibilities and timelines. In her book, Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert talks about how everyone can tune into this creative field, but if you don't take action on what you find there, the idea will go to someone else that the creator believes will bring it to life. Gilbert is articulating that there is a 5D, a unified field of all the creative ideas that will ever be and ever were. Every song and every book has already been written, but you need to tap into this creative field to get the download. In order for us to access the 5D, we have to be patient and still, have discernment for what's coming through, and then take action when a thought or an idea comes to us. In yoga, we commit to a sadhana, a daily spiritual practice. By creating a daily meditation practice and rituals, it helps you to connect to a higher power so you can access that infinite creative potential. Think of the exercises in this book as the beginning of your sadhana. Unhealthy patterns are broken through repetition. I believe daily rituals are a spirit pathway to break the habits that no longer serve us and create new ones that support our evolution. Try an invocation. This is the invocation I use to open up my prayers and meditations. You can use it until you create your own. I give thanks to the heart of the sky. Thank you to the sun, the moon, the stars, and the planets for creating the energetic shifts that I have been asking for. Thank you to my spirit guides for sending me the signs and synchronicities that lead me on my path. Thank you to the element of air for giving me right perception and mental clarity. I give thanks to the heart of the earth. Thank you to the roots of the trees that help me feel grounded down to earth. Thank you to the ancient ancestors whose blood runs through my veins. Thank you to the keepers of this land, the Lenape people. Add the appropriate indigenous name here if it applies to where you live. Thank you to Mother Earth, Gaia, for all the abundance and creative energy you nourish me with. Thank you to my plant allies, you can name them here, and animal allies for supporting me on my journey. I give thanks to the heart of the waters. Thank you for the ebb and flow of life. When there is an ebb, I'm reminded of the abundance within me and the eventual flow of life. Thank you for the waters that purify and cleanse us of what no longer serves us. Thank you to the oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams. Thank you for allowing me to feel more into my emotions and co-create my reality with spirit. I give thanks to the heart of the fire. Thank you for the transmutation of what no longer serves me. Thank you for allowing me to burn away the limiting beliefs so that I can rise above my ashes. Thank you for the vision and the passion, the courage to follow my path. Thank you to all four directions, the north, the south, the east, and the west. My spirit guides and angels from the highest realms for the good of all involved. Thank you.